How do you tell someone that you don't want to see them? How do you sort of cut off a relationship, a romantic relationship, if you like?
If you've ever been through a breakup, then you know that choosing to end a relationship that's not working is one of the hardest things to do. So what do you do when you're not interested in someone anymore? Or are you afraid to tell them that it's over because you fear that they may not handle the feeling of rejection well at all? In this video, I'm going to be talking about exactly what the title says. How are you cutting people off in 2024? Because by now, you should know that there are some people that you need to cut. Family, friends, or foe. You need to cut. You need to cut it. Welcome back to SuesSpace. Thank you to all my returning and new subscribers. I am grateful for your support. This channel was created for you young people so that you can have a space to talk about your struggles and your challenges. Our conversations are coming from a place of wisdom and experience. I've struggled, I've healed, and I'm here. So don't forget to tap that notification bell so that you are notified every time I upload. And hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss one of my videos. This will help with my mission of reaching as many young people as possible. Your voice matters, so let's grow this space together. More people are walking away from unhealthy relationships that are no longer serving them, and you always get advice about how to stay in a relationship and how to make it work, but no one teaches you how to leave. The moment you decide to end a relationship, you may go through a lot of emotions. You may feel frustrated, cry, scream, overthink your decision, or question your reason or reasons why the relationship must end. Relationships work together when people have the same intention to work or grow together, whether in a romantic relationship, a friendship, or on a team. And when that's no longer happening and things are not working out and you don't see that the relationship is going in the right direction, it's okay to want to cut ties. It's okay to do what's best for you. It's okay to choose you. A relationship without trust is a lie. And you can either agree with me or not. But for whatever reason your relationship ends, your emotions, your temper can run high. Managing your emotions is key when you find yourself wanting to fight or argue with the person who hurt you or broke your heart. And you can be quiet and as calm as a cucumber. And I'm not sure if that's any better, because that would mean that you're holding on to all your pain. You're bottling up all your emotions. You're not speaking them. You're not accepting, acknowledging, and you're not releasing them. We were on vacation when I found out the guy I was on vacation with was cheating. I went ballistic.
Cuckoo Lala.
I didn't even know I had it in me. But the next day, I was so disappointed in myself because I had allowed that person to affect my emotions so much that I had stepped out of character. And so that was the first and the last time I ever argued with someone when the relationship ended. And when someone has strong emotions or has deeply invested in you, regardless of how you handle things, you can't predict how they will feel or how they will react. Ending a relationship of any kind can be difficult and emotional. Everyone responds differently to a breakup, and you may think you know a person well enough to know how they will react when the relationship ends. But that calm, sweet, kind, loving person that you dated may show you a side of them that you've never seen before. Don't be shocked. Be prepared for a different kind of response than you were expecting. Breakups can bring out the worst in people. You know, the ugly side, the one they hid from you. This guy cried when I told him the relationship was over, which was a shock to me because during our relationship, he showed zero emotions. So I couldn't tell whether these tears were crocodile or genuine. Young people, if there was any type of abuse in your relationship, I do not suggest you cutting ties, you ended a relationship alone by yourself with them. No. Don't go alone. Even if you haven't spoken up about the abuse, and you should, don't end things on your own. Don't do it by yourself. Tell someone. Everyone needs to be mindful how you react to others when things don't go your way. Your safety plan should always include letting someone you trust know your plans. Make sure you think of the worst case scenario of what could happen when you try to end things, because you may want to end things in a compassionate, respectful way, and they may go off and not want to listen to anything you have to say, and vice versa. Young people today are argumentative, they're aggressive, they're angry. Where's the lie? And if this is not you, it's not you. Just take what is and leave the rest. I avoided confrontation growing up. I didn't like to argue. So my breakup style was ignore, then disappear, what they now call ghosting. Self-reflection taught me that it was because I didn't have the best communication skills. And I didn't have the balls to tell anyone, I really don't want to break your heart, but this right here is not working for me. I knew what I wanted to say, I just didn't know how to express it. So I took the easy way out and I just disappeared. But that's what happens when you're not emotionally mature. Don't get it twisted. I have no issues communicating the reasons now. And even though it's said that ghosting is unhealthy and can cause more harm than good, I'm not against it. It's all about protecting my mental health, but if anyone presses me for an explanation, I'm emotionally mature enough to have an honest conversation as to why the connection fell apart. But I've also come to the conclusion that not everyone deserves an explanation if they mistreated you, because they know what they did. They know what they did. A manipulator or abusive person will never listen to or accept any explanation that you have to give. So why waste your data or any time minutes trying to give them one? Prepare for what you want to say when you want to go your separate way. And I'm not talking about word for word. I mean, don't rehearse it because it's never going to come out that way anyway. There's no explaining to someone who avoids accountability, who believes they didn't do anything wrong within the relationship. Keep what you need to say, what you want to say, straight to the point, and try not to use hateful, hurtful words. Just because your relationship was ugly, there's no need for the breakup to be too. Stick with the, I think you're great. I just don't think we're on the same page. We don't have much in common. Our values are not the same. I wish nothing but the best for you. I hope you meet the person you're meant to be with, but that person is not me. And if I made that sound easy, it's not. It's either someone's heart is getting broken, or someone's ego is getting bruised, or someone is convinced that you can't do any better than them. Don't believe that lie. And it could be all the above. It doesn't matter if you're the one initiating the breakup or the one on the receiving end. Stay calm. Young people, if someone is breaking up with you, I know not flicking off is hard for you, but try your best not to argue. It's hard not to take things personally, and I know you definitely don't want to feel embarrassed. No one does. But maturity is understanding that breakup rejection is not always about you. It could be what you wanted and what they wanted just simply didn't align. Certain doors were meant to be closed, and it's pointless to try to argue and try to make your words hurt them the same way you feel they hurt you. All actions have consequences, so make sure that you don't dish out what you can't take. I knew this guy who would cheat on his girlfriend every other month. I'm just exaggerating. I just don't like cheaters. So anyway, she would take him back every single time. And when she got tired of his shenanigans, she went out and did the same thing. She cheated. But when he found out, he went ballistic. Let's just say his ego was busted. Now, revenge is never the answer. Learning how to walk away without revenge is important for you to attract healthier relationships in your future. If you're inexperienced and you haven't learned how to manage your emotions, what is going to stop you from acting out on pure emotions after a breakup? The movie Stella Got Her Groove Back. You may have been too young to have watched that, but millions cheered when Angela Bassett took all her cheating husband's clothes and threw it in the car and set it on fire. And it was Jasmine Sullivan who sang, "I bust your windows out your car." She knew busting them windows wasn't going to heal her broken heart. And in the words of Judge Judy, taking your aggression out and destroying other people's property is vandalism. Young people, there are better ways to cope with a loss, and taking a chance on receiving a criminal record or possibly jail time is not it. Even if slashing up their bike or car tires or cutting up their clothes seems like a good idea at the time, moving on is the best thing that you can do. And let me just plug this in right here. I would never and have never damaged anyone's property after a breakup. So they don't want to see you again. What if that person couldn't give you what you wanted or what you deserved? And what if they meant everything to you, but you didn't mean the same to them? Admit how you feel. Rejection sucks. But what if them breaking up with you doesn't have anything to do with your worth? What would help you heal differently? For some, a breakup can be traumatizing. It can feel like you're grieving a death. And for others, it can be easy for them to just pick themselves up and move on. After a breakup, take time to focus on yourself and invest in self-care. Pay attention to how you feel. Stop any negative self-talk and accept the hurt. Pull out your journal and write down what the most important thing you learned from that relationship, and write down what you won't do and what you will do differently in the next one. The hardest thing I had to learn was not all relationships are for you, and that is in all areas of your life. Some people are sent to your life for you to learn a lesson that you keep repeating. For me, it was to stop pouring into others more than they were pouring into me, and for them, it was to not mistake my kindness for weakness. And that's all for this one. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button before you head out if you haven't already. Thank you for watching. Stay safe and true to yourself. Until the next one.